Hey, what's up, y'all? I have few things I want to show you. Uh, One is what I came across was the credit card, where they used it at, you know. So let's just track it and see what all they were doing up until the murder and after with this card. Alright, so they started off their day on the 5th. Uh, they did a transfer between accounts for 1,200. They decided that they were gonna go to Starbucks, have themselves, a coffee. Then they were gonna go Juliana's restaurant. Um, they're gonna dine out. Probably had some breakfast. Went and got some coffee before the murder. Before they planned to do their murder with this stolen credit card. So they went and they had Starbucks, and they decided, well, let's take some cash out. We need cash. We need to buy some, some weed, whatever, some pills, whatever. Oh, we got to get the medicine that we're gonna use to drug her. I think we're gonna get that from. I believe that was Bree's, something like that, maybe. Bree's mom. We got one of the two. We got to pay them, for the medicine that we're gonna put into her system to make her drowsy. So let's take out some cash for that. So they did $105 out the ATM. Then they went and spent the 50 at Burnham Harbor. I don't know what that is. They got hungry again. So they went to the fire. Damn, they were real hungry. Oh no, wait. Fireside restaurant. They spent 80. They went and had them probably lunch around this time, maybe. Let's see, what time is it? Does it say what time? Yeah. So they went to the restaurant. Then they went to Devon Ave. You know, that's right by the motels. They went to the ATM. Let's see what they took out. The ATM. Oh shit, the medicine's gonna be a little bit more expensive. Plus, we're gonna have to buy the alcohol. We're gonna have to pay maybe, whatever they need the money for, more drugs, whatever. So then they went back to 7-Eleven. Probably got some. They probably smoked backwoods. I'm just saying. I don't fuck with backwoods. That's probably what they went and bought. Alright. So, reoccurring payment. Then they went to Jimmy John's. They was hungry. One of them fools was hungry. They done ate about 6 times off this lady's credit card. Just by the time it's evening. Then they went to the Petco. What does that say? Pets. They went to Sitco. Okay. ATM, non-ET. They went to Subway. Shit, they was hungry again. All that smoking. Yeah, hungry. They were like, well, let's just get an app. I believe that's off of iTunes. They got some entertainment, maybe a movie. I don't know. Oh shit! Then they went and spent 1,100. What is this? Cast management web. I wonder what that is. I wonder who they are. Cassandra. I want Cass management. I wonder. Huh. Cast management. I'm curious. Let's just see what Google. What is this? Okay, so this is in Chicago area. All right. Okay, so they probably paid their rent, I'm guessing. I'm gonna guess they paid their rent. Yeah, I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that might have been rent. They spent that, so they had to get re-up, so they went ahead and dropped another 1,000 off in it. Took out 400 just for some financial services. And here comes the Crown Plaza, Chicago. 250 they spent. Another 130 they had to eat. They had to eat. And damn, Doubletree's $388. It's more than damn Crown Plaza. Damn. Then another one at Crown Plaza for $71. So on a different day actually, on the 11th. Okay, on the 11th. Now this is the 11th. But you know how bank shit is. That pens forever, pending, and it takes forever. So I can see why. Okay. So we don't really know exactly if those are the dates that they were used, but we could assume that they're close to those dates. Alright, then they went to Northside Food and Liquor. Spent 15. Provisional credit. They added 700. Phone transfer. And they dropped another 1,000 on it. But got gas, more food, stopped by Walmart probably to try to buy some out. I don't know what they were doing at Walmart, really. Then they were back at a bar in Palos Park. The Wise Owl Drinkery. They were there for a little while. They spent damn near 200 there just at the winery. Or the drinkery. AJ Enterprise 11, and then 7. So they're saying Crown was 3. Hold on, Crown was not 388. Crown. Doubletree was 388 plus. I guess they're gonna say 250 plus 71. Come to 321. Yeah, they got it. I swear, Rosemont Police Department or whoever, boy, that should say Doubletree 388, Crown 321. Doubletree 388. See, that's just showing you they're trying to already trick us and make us think Crown was Doubletree. Vice versa. Let's just see. This has always bothered me too. This is pictures that they took. Alright, I didn't take these pictures. These are pictures that Rosemont took. And just look, okay, they checked out the video, I guess, and they saw a subject in a red Blackhawks jersey, and they were seen through a reflection of the female. Her big ass mirror glasses that she put on, which I believe she put them on because she really was trying to out them people that was doing some harm. And also to cover up her black eye. I've looked at them glasses really hard. And I've looked and I've seen her eyes swelled up, so they done did something to her. So that's the only glasses she had, so it didn't throw no suspicion off. Because I know if I'm in a hotel room and everybody's close to each other, we're crammed into this hotel because there was supposedly a lot of people or whatever. And if I'm gonna do some dirt to somebody, I don't want some female with some big ass mirrored glasses with her cell phone doing a live or whatever, to where everything on them glasses are gonna be reflected back onto me and show what I'm doing. So for me to not question you, why do you have these glasses on while I'm raping and, you know, gonna kill this girl? Why are you filming me? So for me to not question that, I could see, okay, her eyes are swollen. She don't want nobody to know because we done beat the shit out of her. We don't want her to know. You know, we don't want people to see her eyes. So, but we do have to have her do the live because that's part of the whole plot, the whole, scenario. So she has to do the live. And I guess just so happened those were the only glasses that she could find big enough to cover up them big ass black eyes. That's just my theory. Take it how you want. So they helped her show us, and people say that she was making her expressions from pills, from the ecstasy. To me, it looked like she was crying. She was like trying to hold it back, though. She didn't want them to know that she was crying, so she was trying to hold it back, which is hard to do. But let's just see what Rosemont say about it. They say the video starts, the female subject, red, orange hair, early 20s, wearing sunglasses. Alright. The female subject mentions the name Bree Bree. Then they say a male subject appears to state, "We about to murder her." Alright, this is not what I said. I didn't write this. And if I did, I wouldn't make it like whatever all this shit is. This ain't for me. This is Rosemont paperwork, old paperwork that they had. And this is what they are investigating. And they say that a male subject, they heard him say, "We about to murder her." Female subject says, "That's Shamaya." Which I believe that was when Monifa said, "That's Shamaya," when they say that she was mean or whatever. Then the female says, "Damn, my shit turning red." And then we hear Monifa's, "Yeah, it's big, ain't it?" Yeah, she knows what big ones look. She know what it look like. We all know what that means. Yeah, it's big, ain't it? He ain't got no damn fishing pole or nothing like that. Talking about he got a big ass fishing. No, we know what she talking about. Yeah, it's big, ain't it? He done whipped that motherfucker out. He done unraveled it, and at the same time, the only one really that's all like, yay, is Monifa talking about, yeah, it's big, ain't it? We about to have fun. It's big. Just wait, it gets bigger. So that's what the police got. Now they called this person a male black, which I thought was supposed Bree Bree. When I originally saw it, I'm like, that's Bree Bree, but they said no, that's not Bree Bree. That's a black male with buzzed hair, early 20s. That's who they say this right here. This person, which I thought originally was Bree Bree, but after seeing this, I'm gonna have to go against that and go with what Rosemont says, because when I get up close and personal, I could just see the teeth. Nothing matches up to Bree Bree. And even the hair is buzzed. But it looked like they tried to make it look like Bree Bree. I'm not 100 on that. Take it how you want. Just my opinion again. Oh, and here are the time stamps on when they see all this shit. Zero, the video starts out for 1 second. It shows her. 5 more seconds, a female said mentions Bree Bree. And then, what, 19 seconds go by. Guy says, we about to murder. Another, what, 30 seconds or so goes by. Female says, that's Shamaya. We all know who said that. Monifa. Another, 2 seconds. I believe. Damn, my shit turned. I think that was Kenneka, if I'm not mistaken. Damn, my shit turning red. Or that was Shamaya. I can't remember. 11 seconds go by. Monifa. Yeah, it's big, ain't it? Yeah. Hell yeah. Yes, it's big. And then a male black subject with, shaved buzz hair in the early 20s pops into the picture about, 12 seconds later. Alright, so let's go on to the next page and see what they got. So, 127. So that was probably like 5 or 10 more seconds. Whoever this is, it's an unknown subject. Which, I've seen videos upon videos of the live, and I honestly can't say what he was doing back there in the background. I've watched, all the way from Beach Beauty videos showing it what looks like him maybe slamming somebody or on top of somebody, to just my own observation of him and of her or him. But I'm pretty sure it's him. I just can't figure out what he was doing in the live video back there in the background. And obviously it stuck out to them too because they noted it, of him. Appears to be smoking cannabis. Female subject appears to be reading her phone and states, you look pretty. Happy birthday. Thank you. Which there's another video of her in the car, Irene, who says the same exact thing. She looks at her phone. She says, you look pretty. Happy birthday. Thank you. And everything, it's the same tone, same everything. Almost as if they took that from that and put that on that live. I'm not sure. Another female subject mentioned something about $200. They say they're talking about, what they gotta pay for parking if they lose a ticket. Then a female, this was all, within like a minute or so. The female black subject, black hair, and it says black hair, huge nose, black hair, early 20s, and her dead giveaway hair that just really fucked her up, because throughout the whole footage you see her hair in spots that are, they try to blend, but you could tell it's Monifa because of her damn whatever she tried to do with her hair. Alright, so then another unknown subject right here I can see coming down. Now, now that I look at this picture, I can't get but the feeling of the picture that I showed the other day where it looked like there was a guy in the freezer with her, but she's laying down and they have it blacked out right here, and they have a spotlight right here blacked out to where we can't see. But that's what that looks like to me whenever she was laying in the freezer But they say this is an unknown subject. But that looks like a leg. Who is it? And what's going on? You know. It don't look good though, whatever it is. And the police made note of it. And the female makes mention of room 926. Alright, let's go to the next one. Okay. Another unknown subject. Right here. This is the one that's sitting next to Irene that looks like she got smacked or he I'm not 100% sure of who it is, but they don't know. Unknown subject is what they say. Now, at 3 minutes in, they hear a male subject appears to be moaning. Alright? A female appears to be stating, they raping someone in there. Female faintly in the background, possibly saying, help me. Loud music starts to play. Just from that right there, then, you know, everything that I just said should not have been closed and considered an accidental death. She accidentally walked into a freezer and couldn't get out and froze to death. Is what they want us to believe. Even though they have all this information. And there's a lot more. This is just the tip of the iceberg. This is just the tip of what they have. And they say, the guy's moaning, okay? Female says they raping someone in there. You hear somebody in the background say, help me. And the music starts up. To me, that is a script in a movie of some horrible people raping a girl. That is what I feel like I'm reading. A script to a movie that someone's about to have to do. Let's say, let's get it, set. Everybody on set. Alright, you're going to start to moan. I want you to play the part as females. You're going to say, hey, somebody's back there raping her. And then, boom, help me. And then, but the music starts up. It's written out for them. They have it, all the information that they need to investigate it, but they never did. They said, you know what? We're stupid. We don't know no better. We're so dumb we'll believe that, hey, this girl that we have all this evidence showing that, because this is evidence. To me, this is evidence. This is fact. This is what Rosemont put out. So all that, she's not saying help me, or Bree never said they raping somebody in there. She said something else. There's nothing happened in the glasses. You can't see nothing. No matter how hard you look in the glasses, which I've seen a lot of YouTubers say that. You're not going to see nothing in the glasses. That's just a conspiracy. Don't believe it. From some, I wouldn't say well-known YouTubers, but one, you know who I'm talking about, because you done seen it throughout the last 4 years. The same scenario, same regurgitated shit from each of these YouTubers. Not all of them. Not all. There's a few pioneers and some that led the way. And there's some who also led a path for me to come in, which like Beach Beauty did. She showed me things that I probably wouldn't even mess with this whole case in the first place for her, because I seen shit that I'm not gonna say it was clear, perfect, but that's the reason why I was like, you know what? She got it to where I could see it, and now that I know that it's there, I want to see more, and that's what I did, and the more that I looked and the more that I, you know, analyzed these pictures and footage, the more I see, and a lot of fuckery, and you a lot of cover up, all the way down from you know, I've seen SWAT there, but you would never know that they were SWAT. They are on the footage as regular sitting like people, like three people walking, and they're like one was two guys and a girl. They're walking, but when I watched it, them walking, I could see in my head that the girl that's next to the guy, you can't see her hands, and they're like in her sleeves, kind of in her jacket. And I've been arrested before, all right, quite a few times in my younger heydays, all right, whatever you want to call them. And anytime that I've ever gotten arrested and put in them handcuffs, the cop has stood right next to me with his arm interlocked with my arm in case if I try to run, even though I have handcuffs on. So they have a hold. He has a hold of me the whole time. And when I was looking at the footage, I'm watching this girl walk and this guy like so close to her, but they're not holding hands. They're not nothing. You could tell like it was obvious. I just had to figure out how to see it, and I was able to see the whole gear, the whole SWAT gear. I even made a video about it. So a lot of people don't believe it. They say, "Oh no, that's not no SWAT." I'm reaching, but I don't have to reach. Really, it's all right here. They have it all. They just decided for whatever reason, you know what? Crown Plaza has some really bad shit going on, and we don't want that shit to get out in the public. There's so many theories. One is that I think reason why we see all these faces down in the kitchen of like dead people and stuff. When the feds raided the Biological Resource Center in Rosemont, they were overwhelmed with how many body parts and dead bodies that they accumulated from biological resource. And when they confiscated it, the feds only came with 2 freezers when they came to raid it, thinking that that was going to be enough to put the body parts that they were about to confiscate. And they thought that would be enough. It was 2 freezers. Lo and behold, that was not enough for just even a third of it. It was a total of like 200 freezers or somewhere around there, give or take, full of body parts. So many that they had to ship them out to these crematoriums and funeral homes. And they started to cremate them, but they had to stop because it's of the charges that got brought up because they were doing the investigation and they were like, oh shit, we can't do this because we're burning our evidence. So they stopped giving the body parts to all these funerals around Chicago for them to cremate. The trial lasted, I believe, 2 or 3 years. So for 2 or 3 years, they had to keep all these body parts, which they were overwhelmed with. They had no idea that there was going to be way more than just 2 freezers full of body parts. So now, what do? And when I look at Crown Plaza and I look at the hallways of the back there where the freezers, I've seen rows of freezers in places that aren't even the kitchen. Just, down a hallway and there'll be a row of freezers. And I always see dead people, you know. You can tell they're dead just by the way the face looks. And I always wondered why. And my only thing is it's probably the feds had nowhere to put any of these body parts. And once the trial started, they had to figure out where are they going to put it at. Where can we put it at? Well, you have Caddyshack, which was being built, has freezers in it. Uh, and I'm probably sure there was already body parts in there to begin with. Who knows? But if there were all these body parts and all these dead people there, it would be so easy for somebody to kill somebody at Crown Plaza and for them to just throw them in the freezer with all the rest of the dead people. They would never think nothing of it. So I could see them, you know, stalking this girl. They'd probably done it who knows how many times. But that's just a theory of one of mine. Uh, because where are you gonna put all the body parts? Where are they? They had to store them somewhere for 2 years. Okay, let's get back. Let's get back. Okay, we got sidetracked. All right, so you hear the female say, "Help me." All right, but the male states, a male now at 3 minutes 17 seconds in says, "Girl, you tripping." That's a guy. Says, "Girl, you tripping." Female states, "Anisha ain't here." I believe it said Anisha ain't hit it, is what I think Irene had said. I don't know why did. See, that's Rosemont. Anisha ain't here. Uh, but I believe it said Anisha ain't hit it. I could be wrong. And they were talking about a blunt. Female states, "Girl, I'm not drunk." That was Kenneka. I'm pretty sure that's the one who said, "Girl, I'm not drunk." Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Two female subjects speaking. One states, "Girl, you need to enjoy yourself." That was Monifa, I'm pretty sure, telling that to Kenneka. Again, memory's not the greatest. The other replies, "Girl, I am enjoying myself." Female subject picks up another cell phone. So Irene picks up another cell phone. So now she has two. Uh, I want to say three because, for one, she has this phone, right, in her hand. At one point, she has one up to her ear that she's holding with her shoulder. If she has this one in her hand, what phone is recording her? What where it's not getting reflected from this camera, and if so, what would it be getting reflected off of? How are we able to see Irene right here? See, if she has this phone in her hand, this is not the phone that she's using for us to see her. There has to be another phone in her hand that she's using to record us. And I remember seeing also one phone up to her ear, and she used her shoulder to, hold it there. So let's go to the next one. All right, so female, black, subject. This is Bree Bree. Look at this picture. All right. Just look at it. Look at her eyes. Look at her teeth. She looks crazy. It looks horrible. And you can see her mouth. It's just demon, I'm telling you. And look, here's the one that they said was a male subject with a shaved head. But these look like two different people. She looks like she's transforming into a demon. Alright, now let's look at Monifa's picture up close. Almost looks like, what is this? And look, is that another eye right there? Look, what is that? This looks like a whole nother person. What is this? You know. Here's an eye, right? That's supposed to be an eye. That looks like an eye to me. That. And just doesn't look right. Look at her head right here. These are not right pictures. Look at her nose. I know her nose is bad, but it was not that bad. And look how almost like the Terminator. The eye. Alright, so let's just see what it says about that. Another female subject takes the cell phone. Female subject with phone enters the bathroom. Female subject with phone exits the bathroom. Female black subject. Alright, so let's just see if we can see. Now, to me, that does not look like. It looks more like a security guard. See his hair. Who is this? So, I guess they were in the bathroom maybe? Let's go to the next one. And I think that was it. And of course, I already showed you these pictures. Our last video. Schiller Park at 3:12 a.m. supposedly on September 9th. And look, why they got long hair like that? And look like feminine. And like a jacket like Kenneka had on. And then I showed you the lineups. So that was pretty much it. And like I said about the body parts, let's just look at this real quick. Oh yeah, another thing. The address, alright? Biological Resource Center address in Chicago, right? Look at the address. 9501 Devon Ave, Rosemont, 60018. Let's go to Rosemont's address. Rosemont Police Department, 9501 West Devon Ave. West Devon Ave. They're in the same complex. You please tell me how that works. How they were in the same complex. Where was it?
The owner accused of selling bodies and body parts. A trial set to begin in just months. And tonight, new grisly details of what the FBI says really happened.
ABC 15's Nicole Valdez is live. And Nicole, this paints a Frankenstein.
This is the one that was in Arizona. Remember, Biological Resource Center was operating in Rosemont, Arizona, and Detroit. This one was in Arizona.
I'll show you what this is. This?
What is that?
Scalpel.
That's a scalpel?
Yes, scalpel blades. Insert, cut. So that is big. And
Want to warn you, before you watch this, if you're still watching, this gets very, very graphic. So if you can't handle anything graphic like an organ or you'll see, just don't watch it.
obviously, resecting the knee portion.
What I want to show you is look at the tools that these people use.
And the spine portions, I use the heavy-duty tools.
This is Brian Grove
Note the freezers.
for Reuters. We've spent months exploring an industry that many people may not understand. It's called whole body donation, and it involves acquiring, dissecting, and selling parts from bodies that have been donated to science. Mostly, these parts are used for medical training and education. One of the companies I visited is MD Global in Colorado. It's a small operation run by a father and daughter, Larry and Larissa Pohoriley.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. We're
Working
slowly-
hard every day
yeah.
to kind of build that business plan, yeah.
I feel like there has to be more of a generous the compassion for the corpse, and I feel like that tendency to feel that way is being driven away. Say, look, just get the job done. It's just what a dead body. Just chop it up, freeze it, send it out. I feel compassion is something that the industry is lacking tremendously, and I believe my daughter is the one that revived it. And I felt like the thrill is there again. It's like, yes, we're not making millions of dollars, and we don't want to make millions of dollars. We just want to produce a product that is reflective of what we feel inside. We want to make a difference.
They work out of this nondescript office park with a loading bay in the back. Inside, they have their recovery room and plenty of chest freezers. And I want to warn you, what you're about to see in the next few minutes isn't for the faint of heart.
So that's the donor number,
That's the donor.
right? And then that's the tissue ID number. So that's that tag,
I see.
right?
So what's in here?
So this is just a recent donor
Can we-
waiting to get, no, because it's waiting to get wrapped. So when we initially freeze, we freeze on a level surface, and then we don't wrap. So none of the wrapping gets stuck to the tissue when
I
it's
see.
freezing.
We'll show you others.
So we can show you, and we do actually have a table set up of internals in formaldehyde to show you.
Okay, great.
Yeah, awesome.
Great. And when you say internals, you mean the organs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And like cancerous internals, so we'll show you
Wow.
those.
The Pohoriley's are small players in the big business of supplying human tissue for research and testing. But they show how almost anyone with a source of bodies and a bit of pluck can get into this industry. Larry worked for years at a hospital doing tissue recovery. He later worked at several private body broker firms. His daughter followed in his footsteps, but with less formal training.
I've always been interested in anatomy, and I think I was working at U-Haul, and I think I was kind of like just ready for something that could let me grow and kind of branch out a little bit. And that was just really incredible to actually not see anatomy in a book. It was like really there, and that was just, I don't know, it was just really fascinating. It was really fascinating. And then you got sick. He had a heart
Aortic
thing.
valve replacement is what I had.
Yes. So he left for a while and was recovering, and so I kind of, I think, and oddly, right before then, he had given me like one procurement training class, And so I had just enough knowledge, right, from just watching, observing, and that one, I think I cut off like a foot. I remember we had an order for an Achilles heel, and I'm like, I'm gonna find that Achilles heel. So I looked in the anatomy book, and I got the Achilles heel, and I like scraped it. It was like amazing. I still get like.
So what do we have in tub one?
Everyone take a breath, right? So here, Dad, you should explain. This is your thing.
I don't know what exactly it is.
Oh, sure, it's marked. So this is a brain,
Well, yeah, brain.
right?
I thought the
Lung, and then that's where an aneurysm happened, right?
oh
right
yeah,
over
the
here.
dilatation of the aorta. Yeah, it's wider, but
Look, don't open it. No, keep it closed.
all right.
Keep it closed,
See,
because it has
I'm-
formaldehyde.
Yeah, it gets a little stinky. My heart is in. It's been in pathology for 40 years. I've always was in. The God that created us. I felt like there's a reason for this. I'm always amazed when I receive the possession, the private possession of an individual. I think I know nothing about you, and I'm about to. So to me, it's like a discovery, and that's where my passion is. And not everyone understands it. It's not. I'm not saying I don't get to the weird stage. I just admire how the creation and the different, why some organs are much larger than other organs, and just the vasculature of everything, and how everything just kind of works together so well until something goes wrong.
That's where the business comes in. As long as humans keep dying and there's a need for human parts, people like the Poho Rileys can ply their trade.
So here's another sinus resection that we had a request for. So you can see the nose. So there's the tongue, the larynx. It's kind of hard to see now. Here, Dad, grab some gloves if you don't mind, please.
But then you opened it.
Over there. It's not the best one, but it is one.
Yeah.
So you said it's a sinus. So
A
this
sinus.
is the nose,
Exactly.
and then this
There's
is
the tongue.
tongue,
Yeah.
And the trachea.
and then this is the trach.
Yes.
And
Trach
this
with
is
esophagus.
Trach with esophagus.
Yes.
Now, who would want this?
Somebody from the University of Colorado, a researcher there, is
I
doing
see.
some research.
I see. Okay.
A lot of pharmaceutical companies doing work, various work. It would be either cancer, heart valves, liver disease, lung disease. So a lot of pharmaceutical companies try to implement new device. A lot of it was for new medicines, new prescriptions. So I would be providing a lot of tissue to fill that void.
Here we go. Okay. Thanks. Okay. Let's get some room. So people ask us to slice the brain. So these are all going to be, so that's like 8 of 12. So he slices these brains, and it's actually it really sucks, right? It's really difficult,
Well,
especially because
Especially
she asks
if it's
you
fresh.
to take off the liner,
yes.
right?
Fresh brain is very fresh, and it's very soft, so therefore to cut something. So what I try to do sometimes is maybe just a small amount of freeze, just to give it more conformity to the brain, because otherwise it tends to sag. So, and that, as you can see, it's not sagging very much here. It's only because,
That's a good piece.
yeah, that's a great, yeah, see, this is a beautiful piece here. With a bit of the frost. But yeah, we have internal capsules, and all these areas are just amazingly phenomenal. And sometimes
And here's the odd thing about this business. It's illegal to buy and sell human tissue for transplantation and therapy. In other words, to be used in another living person. But it's not illegal to buy and sell body parts for research and education because the laws are mostly silent on that subject. But the Poe O'Reillys and everyone else get around that gray area pretty easily in another way. They say they charge a fee to prepare and ship specimens, not for the part itself. I asked them how much they charge for a whole body.
So whole body today, what do you charge?
I would say a range is about two to 3,000. I think it's a good range, just because you can have one good donor, right? And then another donor who's HIV or Hep C, and you get nothing for it, right? So that's why we say 2 to 3 is probably a good middle ground.
Head with brain.
You know,
The actual cost of a head,
you want like, I
of
don't
the
know,
actual, a number, is it 4 or 5?
around, yeah.
4 or 500.
And the competition, is it price-based competition?
That too. So
That too,
industry has a
yes.
lot to do with it. You know, if you know,
Plus,
but
the clients are always begging, can you reduce the cost? They're always asking for that particular facet.
we try to always discount if we can, though. You know,
Yes.
if we have a large number of specimens, we're going to discount because we want to like provide these specimens, you know, like give some space for new donors to come in, right? So we try our best to already give discounts to try to really make sure we're getting as much tissue out to these research programs as possible.
For Reuters, this is Brian Groh.
I'll show you what this is. This?
What is?
All right. The reason for me showing that is they don't care what it is that they take from a body. It does not matter. They will sell it. You see, all the way from the sinus, they will sell it. Your brain, any organ, tissue. And there's money to be made in it whenever there's money to be made, and the laws are very simple to get around. There's going to be a lot of people doing it. It's the matter of where are they going to store. Like these ones here don't have very much. Like they said, they'll give you a discount just to get it out the door so they can get more in. The more room you have, the more that you can store, the more that you can bring in, and the more the bodies that are donated is more money in your pocket. And Chicago is organ harvest, I would think, their dream area with all the killings of young black people. They don't matter. It doesn't matter if you're white, black, Puerto Rican, yellow, brown, whatever. Your organs, for the most part, we're all the same. So it doesn't matter. But the younger you are, let's say a teenager, in a gang shoots another kid, he dies. The mom can't afford a funeral, which in most cases they can't. They have to donate the body to either be cremated, and then they get the ashes. And a funeral home will gladly do this for you for free, because all they're going to do is give you some ashes, and there's probably a 50-50 chance that those ashes are cigarette ashes and not ashes of your loved one. Just depends on the company and the way they are. So you might just get some cigarette ashes. They get this whole body, which is worth around $5,000, especially probably more if there was a young kid with with all his healthy organs and no health problems. I'm sure getting shot in an organ and a hole put in it isn't going to help. So that there's probably, things where, okay, the price range is going to drop. I'm just being real. So I could see one theory of her, having her organs taken. Because it would have been very easy for them. And from what I've seen in pictures that I found, indicates that they were doing there was some kind of hospital setup and what looked to be, could be people that worked in the medical field. And it could be a beverage manager. Could, in the past that might have been his job, was removing organs at a hospital or whatever. But, somehow ended up as a beverage manager. But still, he knows how to remove organs very fast. And so I can see why he would leave the country 2 weeks after all this happened anyway. But that's pretty much it for now. I didn't want to make this long of a video. I was just planning on showing you what I showed you in the first part, but then I remembered this, and I was like, because a lot of people don't believe it. They don't believe that there's actually people out there that will steal your organs and have no problem selling them and chopping them up and doing whatever they want with them. So I just wanted, the ones that were able to watch it, see that they'll sell anything. You can see that from the sinus. The guy had the nose, the tongue. It doesn't matter. So, yeah, until next time, y'all. Peace.